What's up YouTube, I'm Extraordinary Jr. and welcome to my top 5 list most disgusting, ugly, hideous Pokemon ever. These 5 Pokemon on this list are just the most evil, disgusting, cruel looking monsters that Game Freak has given us. Now, just because these are ugly does not mean they're bad Pokemon, and my perception of ugly does not always equal yours. Pokemon I may like and think are actually kind of cool looking, you may think are ugly, disgusting, or whatever. And since there's only 5 Pokemon, let's just jump into it. At number 5, we have Watchog. Watchog is the evolved form of Petrat, and it is an ugly monster. It really is. Those eyes just look into your soul and just like, oh my god, dude, this thing's staring at me. It's creepy. It's ugly. It just looks like a monster in the worst way possible. It just also stands there with a punch like, oh, I'm better than you. Look at me. I'm standing up straight. Like, screw you, Watchog. How dare you? You're creepy, you're ugly, and you're a terrible Pokemon. Get out of here. At number 4, we have Gloom. Now, Gloom is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love using Gloom. But, let's be honest, it's pretty ugly looking. It just looks miserable. It just looks at you and it just is disgusting. And actually, it has an ability in, the Pokemon anime, how much you want to rely on that, I don't really care, but just in the anime, where if it didn't like you, if it didn't trust you, it would send out a scent that would disgust you. So it already has a disgusting aspect to it, at least in the anime, where, oh, okay, yeah, we're already going to not like you if you smell bad. And it just looks dumb. It just really looks dumb. This is sad coming from someone who actually loves Gloom. Gloom is one of my favorites, it really is. But you're just ugly. I'm sorry, Gloom, you're ugly. At number 3, we have Dunsparce. Now, Dunsparce has appeared on the list before by me. And to me, I think this Pokemon is awful. I've gone into how I think of Dunsparce. I think it is the definition of wasted potential. It could be so much better, but right now, it's awful. It looks awful. Its moves are awesome, but its stats are awful. It's awful. It really is, just right now. And that goes for its appearance as well. I've touched on that a little bit. I just think this looks really, really bad. It just looks awful in my opinion. It really does. Unfortunately, as far as we've seen, there's no confirmed report of an evolution Generation 6. Hopefully there is. I'm one of those people who would use an evolution. I'm hoping it comes out. You are too. But right now, Dunsparce, you're number 3 on this list. How unfortunate for you. At number 2, we have Stunfisk. Now, Stunfisk has a very cool typing in my opinion, at ground and electric. However, this Pokemon falls into the same category as Dunsparce, where I just look at it and I become sad. It just looks... what's the right word for it? It doesn't look dumb, it just looks strange. I'm not sure what the right word for Dunsparce and Stunfisk is. It just looks strange. There's something about this Pokemon that when I see it, I just want to punch it in the face. It's that ugly, it's that grotesque, there's not a right word to describe how I feel about these 2 Pokemon in particular. And unfortunately, they're high on this list. They're number 2 and 3 respectively. They need something. They need an evolution. They need something to make them look better and more improved and just make them usable. So, Stunfisk, you fall into the same boat as Dunsparce, where you could be good. You have a very cool, interesting typing. You just right now look awful, and you are an awful Pokemon. Step it up. At number 1, we have Garbodor. Garbodor is trash. No, it's literally trash. It is trash that mutated into a Pokemon. What? How does this make sense? How does this happen? It's pre-evolution. It's a trash bag. No, it is a trash bag with a face on it. How? How and why does this exist? Where do I begin to go into my hatred of this thing? It's ugly. It's smelly. It's garbage. So, yeah. It just looks awful. It makes me angry. How is this a Pokemon? Why do you exist? You just make me angry. You really do, Garbodor. you really just... There's no word to describe that anger. That trash being a Pokemon happens. That just blows my mind on so many levels that you exist. You should not be a Pokemon. I'm sorry. You don't have the right to be a Pokemon. You are just the worst thing I've ever seen, and you are by far the ugliest one I've ever had discomfort of knowing. And if you have an opinion on a Pokemon that I didn't mention, I only named 5. There's over 600, so of course this list may not seem correct to some, but over 600 Pokemon, my opinion, and, well, you can leave a comment, leave your thoughts. You have any other suggestions for top 10 lists you want to see, or even top 5, let me know, and I will see you guys next time.